All right, Shalom. First and foremost, all praises and glories unto Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai, by Hashem, our Chakodash. Double honor to our apostles and the elder bishops of the great millstone who teach, guide, and rule well. And greetings, salutations, blessings, and much love unto you, hopeful elect out there. Shalom unto you. All right, Brother Squad here. Just wanted to tap in on this update of the Motb. It says right here, human microchip implants take center stage. Okay, and it said the novelty of replacing one's home key with a microchip implant is gaining worldwide interest. Not just attention, but interest. But there's another more compelling story under the surface. Why is this technology an integrated circuit the size of a grain of rice? We've been talking about this, man. All right? The prophets have been prophesying about this implant size of a grain of rice, okay, for decades, man. It started with our apostles, and even their elders spoke about it, okay? It says, reviled by some and celebrated by self-proclaimed human cyborgs, okay? And it's usually these weak-ass people, man, that want the technology upgrade because they not, they ain't meant to be nothing. And what's funny is Jake, which are you so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Americans, you were made better than the other nations, but you still are even in captivity, you still, and under these chains of darkness, you still are physically greater than these other nations. Okay? But so they want to level the playing field, but they don't know when we get our power back, because we once had it, when we get our power back, man, okay, starting with the elect, man, it's not ain't gonna be fair. So quit wanting this Edomite's technology, okay, his witchcraft in your body, and get to this spiritual power, which our power is in the name of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, and His only begotten Son, Yahushai, through Him. Okay? Through them. All right? It says, arguably, William Shakespeare's Hamlet offers the most elegant explanation. Nothing is neither good nor bad, but thinking makes it so. Sirach 39 says, as his ways are, matter of fact, let me grab it. Bear with me, Salaki. Yeah, right here, Sirach 39:25. For the good are good things created from the beginning, so evil things for sinners. Okay, it was a similar sentiment. Okay, the mind makes it so. No, it's how wicked you are, man. If you're wicked, man, these things are going to be turned into evil. Okay, but if it's used in its proper use, things are good. Verse 27, these things are good to the godly, so to the sinners are they turned into evil. Okay? That's why we have to come back with a clean spirit, man, a clean heart with no guile. Okay? And that guile goes into the misinterpretation of the scriptures, but it also goes for a righteous mind or a righteous heart. Okay? Because your heart is your mind. Okay? Let's say it the scriptures. Let's go back to the article, which says, however, it would be prudent to tell Prince Hamlet that not all microchip implants are designed alike, and understanding the technological design enables one to better evaluate the competing viewpoints. Hey, man, you put this thing in yourself, man. You pretty much calling on to a fleshly man as your God, man. Okay? Which continues on, it says, today more than 50,000 people have elected to have a subdermal chip surgically inserted between the thumb and index finger. 50,000 people already have elected, they've chosen this, okay, on their own free will. 50,000 people, all right? So you telling me when it becomes mandatory, people ain't gonna fold? When the incentives become greater, when the benefits become greater, Okay, I can get my sight back. I was paralyzed, now I can walk. You think they ain't gonna do that? Okay, this man is attempting to use his witchcraft, which is through his technology now, to enact godlike powers, man. Like the Most High. The Most High was able to do this through his spiritual power. Okay, Yahushua and his disciples were able to do this. Okay, but now this man is just trying to do it through his technology. And a lot of you people are going to fall for that, man. All right. It says, today, okay, it says, serve as their new swipe key or credit card. And we've been talking about all the benefits and all the different avenues they're going to put this thing into. When it says you can't buy or sell in Revelation the 13th chapter, that means everything has to be on there. You can't interact with society. You can't be involved in society without it. One of my favorite movies that kind of shows this is Demolition Man with Wesley Snipes and Sylvester Stallone. Okay, because the people that were Edgar friendly and all the people that were underground, they couldn't get up to buy and sell, so they were getting up above ground and trying to steal food to survive. Okay, and that's how it's gonna come down to that, man. And that's gonna be the hour of temptation. You gonna fold to this devil, or you gonna call on Yahweh Shemi Shai for you jakes. You heathens, all you heathens, man, just do what the hell you want to do, man. Go and eat a missile, go into captivity, slavery, whatever. But you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, and even the Israelite foreigners that live amongst the heathen and may even look like the heathen, you're supposed to turn back to your God through the Spirit, man, which is the Heavenly Father Yahweh, through his only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. And the Holy Spirit is supposed to guide you to who they truly are. All right? Moving on, it says, in Germany, for example, more than 2,000 Germans have opted to receive these implants. One man even used it to store a link to his last will and testament as chip storage capacity increases. Okay, as we've been saying, the medical gonna be in there, health gonna be in there. We see the Neuralink that Elon Musk is working on, the brain chips. Okay, all of these things are happening out there, man. All right. As chip storage capacity increases, perhaps users will even link to the complete works of Shakespeare. Yeah. Blah blah blah. Chip implants are one of the many types of emerging technologies in the Internet of Things. Okay, and expanding digital cosmos of wireless connected internet-enabled devices. Okay, so you're gonna walk around attached to the internet. Okay, your physical being is gonna be attached to the internet, and all your money, when this money collapses through the debt and whatever else, hyperinflate and collapse, hey man, you're gonna have to have a digital currency to buy and sell. And if you don't get this implant, man, you're gonna be subject to being ostracized out of society. Okay, but what are the prophets telling you through the scriptures? Don't take it, or you're gonna suffer the wrath of the Heavenly Father, as it says in Revelation the 14th chapter. All right, and we read these all the time, man. We read these scriptures, and I'll get them, but we read these scriptures all the time, man. But you people fail to realize, you're just gonna go for the oak, just like you went for the okie doke with the VAX, man. You're gonna go for this, all right? And you're gonna get the punishments and the wrath of the Heavenly Father just the same. It says, let's see. However, that hacker, let me start. Some technologists are worried. However, that hackers targeting the Internet of Things vulnerabilities in sensors and networks. Yeah, there we go. And network architecture also may try to hack chip implants. RFID, radio frequency identification chips, are identifying transponders that typically carry a unique identification number and can be tagged with user data such as health records, social media profiles, and financial information. There you go. Everything we've been saying. All right. Your life is on these, just like your life is on your phone now. Your life will be in this. Your banking's on your phone. Your social media, basically, which tells people who you are. And you Gen Zs, you guys are already, you just use that. Let me see what he's into, how many people he know, how many followers he got, how many friends he got. Let's see who he's linked to. You go right on the internet and you don't actually have to talk to him. You get to go right on his social media and see what he's been doing on there. And if you're not updating and upgrading and managing your social media properly, people won't deal with you. Right? It's a crazy world we're living in, man. So this is not far-fetched. So RFID chips are passive transponders, which means the digital reader must be positioned a few inches away from the user's microchipped hand to communicate. In contrast, near-field communication, NFC, chips are electromagnetic radio fields to wireless communicate to digital readers in close proximity, much like smartphones and contactless credit cards. So they have to tap. Okay? A benefit of NFC over RFID is international use. Reasons Biohacks, quote, with the power of existing infrastructure and the wide variety of services and products already supporting the NFC standard globally, okay, this is already in place. It's on your phone now. It's on this phone now. It says, one huge benefit of ours is that we overlap virtually any private or public sector already using NFC or mobile tech. According to a 2021 United Kingdom-based consumer survey by Propeller Insights on digital payment trends in Europe, 51% of the approximate 2,000 respondents said they would consider getting a chip implant to pay for services. Takes the whole armed robbery thing out of the robbery thing, picking pockets and all of that right off the thing. But people are gonna try to hack it till they perfect this system. Okay, with all the cameras and everything linked to it. Once it gets perfected at its height, which is Devil's working on, man, where he has complete control and complete view of everything. He can read your mind. He can read your emotions. Okay, all of this is what he's working on, man. He's pretty much got it. He just got to link it all to one system. Okay, and they're not far from that, man. We're right around the corner from this. It's actually available, but they haven't put it all into one thing and made it mandatory yet. Okay, that's what we're waiting for on this prophecy. It says, said they would consider getting chip implants to pay for services. This technology is especially popular in Sweden as a substitute for paying with cash. 1 in 4 people living in Sweden use cash at least once a week, writes NPR. More than 4,000 Swedes have replaced key cards for chip implants to use for gym access, e-tickets on railway travel, and to store emergency contact information. So even your family and your close friends, the people that you link to, is on there. It says the technology also may offer increased mobility for people with physical limiting health conditions, such as rheumatoid arthritis, multiple sclerosis, and motor neuron disease. According to Biotech, a UK-based tech firm. For example, a wheelchair mobile person can approach a door and the reader will unlock the door, avoiding the need for keys that the person may not be able to use for themselves. Biotech, look, just getting in proximity of it. Biotech is also exploring providing microchip services for those who are visually impaired to create trigger audible and touch sensory signals in the home. So not everybody anyway can get involved in that just inside your home. Despite these benefits, the bulletin of the atomic scientists avers that the main challenges to chip implants are security, safety, and privacy. Okay, not even the spiritual implications that they bring up, which pretty much links you right to the beast. Okay, that puts you right into the image of the beast. The technology is linked this beast to make the beast to live. I'll get it in Revelation 13. Matter of fact, I'll grab it now. Pretty good article. All right, Revelation 13. I'll start at verse 11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. Okay, this is talking about the NATO system, EU system. Okay, this is the beast, the Edomite run system. All right, and they had two horns like a lamb, a two-party system, you know, for balance or whatever. So you choose a side, but you're still on the same dragon. But he spake as a dragon. That's talking about the draconian measures, the austerity measures that'll be going on in the earth when they truly implement this thing. It says, and he exercised all the power of the first beast before him. And when you look into ancient Rome, man, they had a two-party system. They had austerity, draconian measures. Okay? And they persecuted Jake. Okay? Which is all coming back around. All right? It says, and causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, the Roman Empire, whose deadly wound was healed. Okay, and he doeth great wonders, so that, because this whole society ran by these Edomites are modeled after the ancient Roman Edomite ran system. Okay, from the time of Yahushua, over 2,000 years ago. It says, which blended in from the Greek even. Okay, anyway, it says, and he doeth, let me say, and he executed all the power of the first beast before him, and caused the earth and them that dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. And how was that deadly? What was that deadly wound, and how was it healed? That deadly wound was when the ancient Roman Empire went down. Okay, and they went out of power for 1,000 years. It was brought us into the Byzantine Empire, ran by the Southern Kingdom, the Negro Latino, Slovakia, the Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, and those Israelites that were still in Western Europe at the time. Okay, but then they came down through the pneumonic and bubonic plagues and was taken out of power. Okay, and the Edomites came back into power around the time of at the time of the Renaissance. Okay, when they got control of the church. Anyway, it says, and he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on earth in the sight of men. And everybody saw that happen around World War II. Okay, when they dropped bombs from heaven, man. Okay, that was unheard of. Planes were barely flying in the sky. Now they're dropping bombs on countries and decimating Japan and, you know, different other places of the earth. You know, it's crazy. Who can make war with this beast? Okay, with that great power. All right. It says, it says, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles. And some of those miracles, man, are the ones we just reading about, giving people sight again, giving people, healing people with multiple sclerosis, people that are paralyzed can now walk, and all these other situations. Okay, health benefits and so on and so forth, because they say it's just certain neurons in your brain that's not triggering, and so they just go in there and they just start sending electrodes to trigger them. All right, and got things happening in your body. In your what is that called, man? Your spinal cord. You know, they're hitting certain neurons that run through your body, man. That's getting your limbs back working right again, man. All right. It says anyway. It says, and deceived them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, and that they should make an image to the beast. What's that image? That's this technological way of life that all the human beings will be transformed into, okay, or adapted into with transhumanism, better said, okay, and begin to live through the technology. It says, and he had the womb by a sword and did live. Okay, the same beast. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. And when he gave to give life to that image is through the technology, man. Now, 2,000 years ago, they didn't have it. 200 years ago, 50 years ago, they didn't have the full technology that they have now. Science has really advanced this devil's witchcraft, man, and he's using it for evil. All right, to control the people. But he don't want everybody on the earth, man. He wants to depopulate. That's another story for another day. Anyway, it says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast, live by that technological way under his rulership, should be killed. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, everybody, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Okay, and that's that charagma, that mark, which is that implant that we're reading about. When you go into charagma, it goes right into an impaling or a stake, basically driven in. All right, it says, and he calleth all, both right there. It says 17, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, unless you have that mark, that implant, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Hey, and they don't have to force you into it, but you're not going to be able to survive without it. Okay? And here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for the number of a man, and his number is 666. When you go into that 306, it's the word, the Greek word, stigma. Chi-Psi stigma. And that stigma is the same thing as an impaling or implant, like a syringe would do. Okay? And how do you think you put this? It's a surgical implant with the syringe, man, into your, as it said in the article, in between your index and your thumb. All right, let's jump over to the 14th chapter, go down a little bit. Get straight to the point. Verse 9, which says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, live that way, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink the wine of the wrath of God, of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, which is poured out without mixture. It's not going to be watered down. It's going to be intense, man. Pure. Okay, into the cup of his indignation. And indignation is talking about righteous anger. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb, which Yahushua will be there. Okay, in that moment when that torment comes down, when that fiery indignation comes down, that fire and brimstone. Okay, through the nuclear missiles of World War III. The angels and the chariots are going to be there present. Okay, redeeming the elect. All right. And the smoke of their torment ascended up forever, and they had no rest, day nor night, who worshipped the beast and his image, and whosoever received the mark of his name. Okay, talking about the mark of the beast. All right. Let's go back and see what's more in that article. Okay. Down here it says, a general security concern with NFC technology is that it could allow third parties to eavesdrop on device communication, corrupt data, or wage interception attacks, warns NFC.org. Interception attacks are when someone intercepts the data transmitted between two NFC devices and then alters the data as it's being relayed. Like any device, these personal chips have security vulnerabilities and potentially could be hacked, even if embedded underneath the skin. All right, it's flawed. With regard to health safety concerns, a 2020 study with the American Society for Surgery of the Hand indicated that RFID chip implants may carry potential health risks such as adverse tissue reaction and incompatibility with some magnetic resonance imaging MRI technology. Let me grab that precept. Revelation chapter 16 verse 2, and the first went and poured out the vial upon the earth And there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them that worshipped his image. Okay, adverse reaction to it, man. When you get in your body, people gonna have adverse reaction. It's gonna be known who took that thing, man. Some people out there, you gonna know they took this thing. They gonna keloid and all that other stuff, man. You can only imagine it happening. Okay, and I threw my 2 cents on that keloid part, but that's what makes sense. What happens in people, it's gonna be a grievous sore. It may be worse than just a keloid. Okay. When it said grievous sore, I think it's going to be worse. Okay? But these things are going to be happening. So you ain't going to be able to hide the fact. So the people going to love to go in the metaverse with this thing. Because they don't have to show them sores all over their body. They're going to love to be in the Internet of Things, moving around in there with their avatars and whatever else. Okay? You're going to own nothing and be happy, says Klaus Schwab, okay, at the head of the WEF, World Economic Forum. All right, back in the article. I mean, it's like whoever wrote this at the Hill, which I'm sure the name's at the top or at the bottom somewhere, was reading it right out of Revelation, man, right out of the scriptures. Okay? Anyway, it says several social scientists also are apprehensive about the risk to privacy and human rights if the body becomes a type of human barcode. And we know that barcode has it, man. Okay, has the 6 and the 6 at the beginning, the middle, and the end of every barcode. Okay? That's right in there. All right? It says, and what do they use those barcodes? To track everybody, man. To keep track of buying and selling. All right. It says, according to microbiologist Ben Liberton at Stockholm's Karolinska Institute, chip implants can reveal sensitive personal information about your health and even data about your whereabouts. We already know they got the GPS on you, global positioning system on you. I believe it's system on you. It says how often you're working, how long you're working, if you're taking toilet breaks and things like that. Quote, end quote. Interesting, the first person to implant a microchip in himself was Professor Kevin Warwick of Reading University in 1998. He wanted to determine whether his computer could wirelessly track his movements at work. And they're going to give you all the convenient things about it, but they're not going to give you, you're not going to be as concerned about the adverse benefit, the adverse reactions to it. Okay? Let alone, they're definitely not going to bring up what the Most High is going to do to you if you take this thing. All right? To date, at least 10 state legislatures in the United States have passed statutes to ban employers from requiring employees to receive human microchip implants at this point. The most recent state was Indiana, which prohibited employers from requiring employees to be chipped as a condition of employment and discriminating against job applicants who refused their implant. Okay, Nevada's legislation is the most restrictive, although not a total ban, as proposed in 2017. Nevada's Assembly Bill 226 prohibits an officer or employee of Nevada from establishing a program that authorizes a person to voluntarily elect to undergo the implantation of such a microchip or permanent identification marker. Wow. Okay, but that's not total. It says, as the impact of influence of chip implants increases in the United States, okay, it will raise complex questions for state legislatures and courts to consider. And as time goes on, they're just going to move those old heads out of the way so they can pass this legislature. okay, through throughout the country in these different states. It's gonna happen. It's a terrorist attack. Something's gonna happen, a false flag, whatever. Something's gonna happen to where people are gonna rely on it, just like the public health crisis we just went through. They're gonna do the same thing, and people are gonna be unified with taking this thing. Okay. It says, as the impact of influence of chip implants increase in the United States, it will raise complex questions for state legislatures and courts to consider, such as third-party liability for cybersecurity. Will they be selling your information? When you watch the movie Ex Machina, he was stealing the people's information from their IP address and then using that, just like the cookies do, okay, to better market to you. But he was marketing a woman. He was marketing in the movie, right? He was marketing certain things that he was, the type of porn he watched, all of that, man. He used all of that to get him linked into this woman. And then he kept adding more realism to her. He had her full robot, but with a face. Then he started adding body parts and a skin covering type thing till the dude was actually locked in, and they were really connecting as a man and woman would. When you watch, great movie, I should do a review on it. But when you watch that movie, man, like the way that the woman was speaking to him, I think I've done one before, but when the way the woman was speaking to him in the movie, you can hear. Only a human would interpret it as a sarcastic type of remark or a personal type of remark versus just a computer using the timing and the inflection in the voice of what they're saying versus the intent of what they're saying. Okay, no different than being interrogated, man. You know, in like a deposition or something. All right? They're using all of it. They're gonna use all the information they can, and people are willingly giving up their information to this through the internet and social media and all of this stuff just to have the convenience and connect with people through the internet. When the old way wasn't nothing wrong with it. Okay. Anyway, something else. It says where am I at? Yep, data ownership rights. Okay, so such as third-party liability for cybersecurity, data ownership rights, who owns that information, and Americans' rights under the Fourth Amendment and under the protection of sensitive data, digital data under the Supreme Court's 2018 decision in Carpenter v. United States. Okay, this stuff's on the books. They can easily overturn these things. They just overturned Roe Wade. They can overturn other things, man. No problem. It don't take much to do this, okay? Microchips offer alluring benefits of convenience and mobility, but they carry potential cybersecurity, privacy, and health risks. The onus cannot be on the law alone. However, to protect consumers, instead, it is shared responsibility among consumers to understand their data rights as part of digital literacy, and among technologists to promote cybersecurity informed engineering at each phase of production development. Don't try to normalize this. It's just a bad idea, man. It's just a bad idea. It's something the damn devil would do, man. When you look at it, so he can have godlike power through his technology and his science, right? It says, where are we at? Yep. Further, lawmakers must be mindful to the delicate balance between protecting the flame of technological innovation and advancement while guarding against misapplication and abuse. As technology historian Melvin Kranzberg noted, technology is neither good nor bad, nor is it neutral. Going back to Shakespeare, right? Do I want to read all of that? I do not. But this is where they get a lot of their information from. Yep. You can read that for yourself as I'm glancing over it. Yeah, man, but it's showing you that this is that Motb technology, man. Okay? This is the new hot topic. Okay? And this is actually blinding a lot of people from the talks of Ukraine, which is going to lead to WW3. Okay? But yeah, I just want to bring that out, man. That grievous sore, they had it in here. They had the evil minds of those can make it good or bad. It's just a bad idea, man. Bottom line. Okay, there's nothing good about this. And only a pure mind, or like the Most High, can really govern something like this. Okay, but it's through his creation, not man's creation. He created you, fool. Inside joke. All right. So with that, I'm going to close out, giving all praises and glories unto Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Arachakodash. Double honor to our apostles and the elders of the great millstone. Greetings, salutations, blessings, and much love unto you, hopeful elect. Don't take the implant. With that, shalom.